Let's go to sports now, where Ella Grogan has all your highlights.
Thanks, Elijah. It was a huge weekend for the Paladins. Let's get started by taking a look at the exciting doubleheader we had at the Well on Saturday. The game was back and forth at the Well last weekend for the ladies. Coyola sinks a nasty three to take their first lead of the game. Later on in the fourth quarter, James hits another beautiful three as the Paladins try to crawl back for a win. With just 13 seconds left, James goes for the three, misses, but Van Rye is there to put up to make it a 2-point game. It was a close game for the Paladins, but they were unfortunately unable to pull off the game. The men's team took the court for revenge for the ladies. Let's have a look at this crazy game. The men got off to a great start as freshman Ben Vanderwall sinks a beautiful three. I've got to say, Ben is easily one of the top 5 freshmen in the league. Here he goes again, hitting yet another three just a few minutes later. The Furman offense is always impressive, but let's take a moment to appreciate our defense. Look at this steal by Mike Bothwell to close out the last minute of the first half. This was his 23rd steal of the year. After a few minutes of no score, Foster drives to the net for a reboot for the Paladins. After an impressive three by the Terriers, Furman knew they had to respond. So Garrett Hine did just that by sinking a beautiful three at the top of the arc. Take a look at this. This gave the Paladins a beautiful 10-point lead. Alex Williams silences the Terriers with an insane dunk with just 3 minutes left to take the lead to 75-60. The men's basketball team pulled off the win against the Wofford Terriers with a score of 80-67. The women's tennis team had a big match against UNC Greensboro. Let's take a look. Ellie Schulson was unstoppable against the Spartans. We had to show you this clip. Check out her deadly backhand. The Paladins took home the win with a sweeping score of 7-0. We have an exciting weekend of sports outside of Furman with the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Last week we talked about a lot of firsts coming up, and I have one more to add to that list. On the Philadelphia team, we have the first black woman to coach in the Super Bowl. Autumn Lockwood, at just 29 years old, is the assistant coach for the Eagles and made it to the Super Bowl with her team. Now let's have a look at what's coming next for our Furman athletics. Looking forward in women's basketball, the Paladins face Western Carolina here on Thursday at 7 p.m. Furman turns around quickly for another home matchup against UNC Greensboro on Saturday at 11:30. Now looking at men's basketball, Furman faces a dangerous Western Carolina on Saturday at 2 p.m. Softball season is here, and our Paladins host Clemson on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Make sure you go out and support these programs. Let's check up on last week's scores. First up, we have tennis. As Furman women's tennis fell to number 22 ranked Tennessee, but bounced back with a strong 7-0 win over UNCG. Men's tennis lost a hard-fought battle to Georgia State 3-4. Moving to our basketball teams, women's lost a heartbreaker to Wofford 66-69. They will regroup against Western Carolina. Furman men's basketball team has been on fire, running Wofford out of the well, 80-67. And soundly defeating the VMI Cadets 94-63, holding on to first place in the conference. Furman is hosting 2 semi-professional soccer teams in Paladin Stadium for the upcoming season. I will leave you with Michael Davis, who has more details on how this affects students.
Greenville Triumph and Liberty have quickly grown in popularity. They outgrew the high school legacy charter and are still raising the funds for their own stadium. They needed a new home fast, and Furman is the perfect fit. So I wanted to see how this would affect those of us who already call campus home.
I love it personally. I heard that, at the Greenville Legacy, there was only about 4,000 seating capacity. So, Furman's a more professional like college, it's a good atmosphere, better amenities.
I think it is a good move in the right direction. Instead of being at like a high school, makes more sense that a semi-pro team would be at a college.
Some Furman students are also looking forward to this partnership.
I think it's really exciting. I am ready to have more people on campus, and I think it'll make it a lot easier to go to the games, to have something to do on the weekends with your friends.
Paladin Stadium can hold up to 16,000 fans, while Triumph and Liberty's previous venue could only hold about 4,000. Nicer concessions and amenities are also factors for this move. Students should prepare for large crowds starting in late March.
I would anticipate similar to Furman football games that you're going to see tailgating, you're going to see events, you're going to see a great game day experience, and a lot of different elements that you normally see at Furman football, you'll see at the Greenville Triumph and Liberty.
Although students can be excited for more activity on our campus, there is certainly cautious optimism for how this affects parking.
I think my biggest concern is probably the amount of traffic that it will bring to campus. We're a pretty small campus. We don't have a lot of space, especially not a lot of space for parking.
While some students may be skeptical, Furman officials are not worried about this influx of people on campus.
With respect to game days, we're actually really excited, and we think we can handle all the different elements of what it would take to host a soccer game. We've got a great stadium. We've got all the attributes you'd want it to have in terms of concessions and restrooms and access and security. We've got the video boards, we've got the sound system, and we also got great parking.
Furman benefits in two major ways: creating a stronger relationship with the Greenville community, and of course, there is financial benefit in this contract. The money raised will assist our athletic programs.
But this is a financial arrangement. This is a contract with them that there will be a rental fee to use facilities and to use that, and also a revenue share that comes across with tickets.
Greenville Triumph will open the season here on March 25th against the Richmond Kickers. Liberty's schedule is yet to be released. From Paladin Stadium, I'm Michael Davis.
Thanks, Michael. It is important to note that part of the season occurs outside of our spring semester. You can find tickets for Triumph at greenvilletriumph.com. Greenville Liberty tickets are found at greenvilleliberty.com. I'm Ella Grogan with Nightly News.